Pacquiao! $146.8 for the Pac-Man, 146.8 for Manny Pacquiao.
That's our job. That's our job, to entertain the crowd, to give you a good fight.
Floyd Mayweather weighs in 72 points, 9 kilos, 72, 900, 160.38 pounds.
Well, I've been here so many times before, and just the atmosphere, the people, it's a great turnout, and I truly believe it's going to be a great event.
Floyd Mayweather had a heated first face-off with Manny Pacquiao ahead of their rematch, creating intense tension.
From Manny, now Manny has a lot of experience, you know, at the highest level and competing at the highest level, and that makes this that much more interesting. But like I said before, there's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You're gonna have to take the whole room together. You're gonna have to put the whole world in the ring to beat me. I'm the best. Don't let them trick you into getting your ass whooped again.
He's older than me.
Oh, okay.
I'm still young, so and I'm always active with this sport. So what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not.
Floyd Mayweather had a tense first face-off with Manny Pacquiao ahead of their rematch, creating a heated atmosphere and building serious tension between both fighters.
I'm back because of boxing is my passion. I miss boxing, and I'm so thankful to God, because until now He gave me the strength, keep me safe, and give me good health. That's why Manny Pacquiao is still here, and I'm back.
Woo! Woo! The last man who said I'm back was Michael Jordan. He came back and he won 3 titles. Are you channeling some of that?
Well, this comeback is dedicated to the Lord my God that answered it. I'm excited to the fight. I'm really hungry to win again the fight and give the fans a good fight. And I know, and I know the fans, they're waiting.
Manny appeared completely prepared, staying calm, focused, and ready for another high-stakes showdown. Now we know there were rumors about this fight being cancelled, but Boxing Scene has confirmed that it's moving forward, sharing on X that Mayweather has agreed to a real fight. Manny Pacquiao also told Boxing Scene on Tuesday that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has officially agreed that their September 19th rematch will be a professional boxing match, and insider Lance Pugmire further backed it up, reporting that the fight is officially confirmed as a professional bout rather than an exhibition, with Floyd finally agreeing to the terms and stepping forward to complete the deal.
Right? So we've been discussing this every day for the past couple weeks, because I think Mayweather is a brilliant marketer and has been able to get us to do that. And he's saying, you know, this is going to be an exhibition, that it's not going to be at the Sphere. Meanwhile, apparently he was already signed contracts that already had some upfront money, and Pacquiao's response was always, well, you have a deal. You can't get out of this. This is a real fight. There's no reason to have an exhibition, which I think a lot of insiders would agree. But now we understand yesterday there was a deadline given by Team Pacquiao and Pacquiao Promotions, but we have a fight, right, Lance?
Correct. Manny Pacquiao reached out to me yesterday. We talked on WhatsApp, actually, and he said the fight is on. Floyd has come to the table. Everything's fine. We're good to go. I know Floyd has come out with a statement today saying not everything's done. And I'm not gonna look. I used to work for them, so I'm not gonna call fight hype Floyd's.
Manny said Floyd now has nowhere to run, insisting that the rematch must happen as a professional fight, emphasizing how important it is to him and making it clear that he wants to teach Floyd a lesson inside the ring.
He had no way to get out of that. He has to fight.
Yes. Is it going to be an exhibition or is it going to be a sanctioned match?
No. Sanctioned match.
Awesome. Manny, are you happy that you're going to get the second opportunity? It seems like you guys are going to actually get in there again.
Oh,
are
yeah.
you very excited to redeem yourself?
Yeah.
I know you spoke a lot about you were injured in the first fight and all, but what would this win mean for you in particular? Personally, you've accomplished so much, 8th division world champion and all. But what would a win over Floyd mean to you?
Oh, this is very important. I want to give him a one.
Is it a bragging rights thing for you, Manny? Like you can prove you're better than him? You can prove you're better than him? Is that what this is? It's about still showing you're better than him?
Teach him a lesson. I don't know, I think so.
Okay.
Hey, how do you like the new gym? You own now the Mayweather gym, now it's the Pacquiao gym.
Oh, I like it, I'm excited.
I heard the Mayweather promotion CEO say that if you guys have a successful rematch, there could be a third one. Manny, are you open to a trilogy?
What is that?
With Floyd, are you open to a trilogy? If they demand it.
We'll finish first.
With the fight now confirmed, Manny Pacquiao has returned to training under coach Freddie Roach, showing that he's fully locked in and serious about his preparation as he heads into a focused and disciplined training camp. Pacquiao said he will begin training again at Roach's gym, highlighting his full commitment to preparation as he works on sharpening his conditioning and getting back into peak form ahead of the anticipated rematch.
So soon I'm going to start training for Mayweather fight. Yes.
Robert Garcia claimed that Floyd isn't putting in serious work, while at the same time Manny is fully locked in running in the mountains, training hard, and pushing himself through intense sessions to stay in elite condition.
Bet you Mayweather, people think, oh, Mayweather's out of shape, he's not training. I'll bet you deep in, behind curtains, that was doing workouts. That's just to be in shape, to be able to box for 12 rounds. Mayweather's not killing himself in sparring. He's not killing his legs in fucking running. But I bet you he's doing workouts that are not gonna kill his legs and are not gonna fuck him up when it comes to sparring. But I bet you he'll be in shape for the fight. And I bet you he's gonna win by decision.
You think Mayweather's decision? Manny's motivated.
Manny's burning himself out. Too much runs like a fucking true champion does. But he's 48.
Mayweather's older, Robert.
Yes, but he's not doing the same workouts that Manny's doing. Manny's showing it to the world. Manny's running in front of 50.
But he looks good when you watch.
He's running hard and he's gonna. His body can't take that much. His body can't take that much. Mayweather knows his body can't take that much. That's why he's doing different trainings to be in shape, but to be able to perform and to be fast and to win a decision.
Jose Ramirez, who spent time training alongside Manny Pacquiao in camp, spoke highly of how sharp and dangerous Manny still looks in the gym, saying Pacquiao would often knock out sparring partners during sessions, proving his power hasn't faded even at this stage of his career. Ramirez also explained that Manny sticks to a strict routine, running daily to stay in top physical condition and maintaining his endurance at a high level.
Half the time I was his man. I mean, I was going 8-round sparring sessions, dude.
What does Jose Ramirez learn from Manny Pacquiao when you're in camp with him 3 times? What did you pick up from him?
Honestly, his work ethic, and then
the best work ethic.
The best work
no
ethic.
Days off, no light days.
Every morning we used to get together and run. Even on sparring days, he runs.
With 20, 30, 50 people? Even
man, he has he has a lot of support out there.
That's amazing. It's like a movie. It's like Rocky.
We would go to the mall, and just because people knew we were his sparring partners, they wanted a picture with us. So
he's the man.
He had a lot of fans.
He's so humble, though. He doesn't know he's Manny Pacquiao. Very down to earth.
There was always like a crowd of 25 to 40 people outside the gym, from ladies to kids, just waiting for him.
Money and
he just give them all money before he walked in.
Yeah, he's very generous.
And
he's very humble. He doesn't let the fame change. Like you never let the fame change you or nothing. You're the same person I met when you were a kid. But what did you learn boxing-wise besides work ethic? Is there any punch you learned? Is there any defensive move?
Pacquiao's sparring sessions continue to reflect his relentless drive and elite skill set. Ramirez highlights how Manny approaches every round with full intensity, treating every session like a real fight. His punching power is still very evident, often stopping sparring partners from completing full rounds. When the training gets heated, this consistency shows that Pacquiao is still operating at a world-class level, blending speed, timing, and explosiveness that can trouble even younger fighters. The way he stays sharp in the gym reflects not only discipline, but also his ability to maintain top-level performance. Observers believe Pacquiao's preparation mirrors his championship mentality, proving that age has not slowed his competitive edge or fighting spirit.
Pacquiao always... What made Pacquiao very dangerous is that, he was very explosive. So there was punches that he just throw, he just throw, and all of a sudden, boom, boom.
Yeah, you don't see it coming.
It was that unexpected power, but it was put together by a combination of punches too. So
his feet set it up.
He had a heavy hand, so he used to snap his punches really good and pinpoint his shots really good. So he used to go to the top, body back to the top, and the second one would just boom, one punch.
What's the craziest thing you've seen him do in the gym now, sparring partner? Not you.
Oh, brother, he I was lucky not to get hit by one of those left hands, but he dropped
everybody.
Every camp, you would drop one fighter, one sparring partner.
And that's it.
Clean.
And they don't come back next camp.
Well, he dropped a couple in the Philippines. So.
Paulie Malignaggi and Lance Pugmire discussed the ongoing uncertainty surrounding the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao rematch, emphasizing how negotiations and public statements have created confusion. Pugmire pointed out that Floyd never officially confirmed anything after earlier rumors about an exhibition bout, while Pacquiao insisted the fight must be a real professional contest or not happen at all. The conversation highlighted how Pacquiao appeared more vocal in pushing the narrative forward, even announcing developments, while Floyd remained characteristically silent.
Pacquiao made announcements. No, they're not going to be
today. I have come all this way to talk to him. Is he going to talk to me? I don't know. And then finally, at the last minute, hey, what do you need? So
Malignaggi reflects that this situation is very similar to Mayweather's past behavior, where even journalists like Pugmire often struggled to get direct confirmation from him. Floyd's unpredictable communication style usually leaves everyone guessing until the very last moment. Algerai adds that Mayweather's negotiation tactics are highly competitive, explaining that Floyd rarely meets opponents halfway. Instead, he prefers controlling the entire situation, making sure he wins not just in the ring, but also in negotiations, business, and public perception. This mindset explains why there has been so much delay and uncertainty around the fight. Despite all the confusion, the panel agrees the matchup always felt inevitable and suggests that once Floyd decides he is fully ready, he will make it official in his own way. Until then, they recommend patience, as this slow process is typical of how Mayweather operates. It is a fight. Manny Pacquiao says being undefeated does not automatically define greatness, questioning Floyd Mayweather's self-proclaimed GOAT status. He explains that many fighters have retired without a loss, so that alone is not a unique or unmatched achievement in boxing history. Pacquiao instead highlights his own accomplishments, pointing out that he is the only fighter to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions and to become a champion across 4 decades, including the 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. He adds that these achievements speak for themselves without the need for self-promotion, and despite everything he still remains humble, saying he prefers to let the fans decide his legacy rather than defining it himself. When it comes to the potential rematch, Pacquiao makes his position very clear. He has no interest in an exhibition fight, insisting that if it happens, it must be a real professional bout where both fighters take risks and truly compete.
Undefeated fighter, and you are. Yeah. What I can say is, like, he's a self-proclaimed GOAT.
Right.
Self-proclaimed GOAT, because he can't even claim in which part that he can claim that he's the only. He cannot claim that he's the only undefeated fighter who retired. There's a lot of fighters. at least more than 15 fighters who undefeated, retired undefeated. So, but I can claim with some of those. The only 8 division and the only fighter who became a world champion in 4 decades, 4 different decades. 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020. So, but I'm not raising my own chair. I let the fans decide.
Your chair high. Your chair is high already, man.
I mean,
that's it.
And you came 1 point away from having a belt in the 2020s. Oh no, you already had a belt in the 2020s.
2020, yes. Sir.
Yeah. So, pardon me. Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Sorry. Good. Yeah.
So that's 4 decades. You know,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Jazz Mathers explains that with so much money involved in the fight, it's unlikely either side will walk away. Especially with a massive global platform like Netflix on the table, he emphasizes that Floyd Mayweather ultimately cares about financial incentives, and once the full scale of the deal is understood, it should help push things forward. Mathers notes that negotiations are currently being handled through attorneys rather than directly with Floyd, which has made the process more complicated. Despite some back and forth and delays, he says progress is still being made and all parties are working toward a resolution. A strict deadline has been set, which has created urgency to finalize the agreement. Mathers remains confident that logic will prevail, believing the financial upside and global exposure will convince Floyd's side to commit. However, he also acknowledges that if terms are not met, alternative plans and even possible legal steps could come into play.
It's about money. And all that Floyd needs to see is, you know, whoever is managing or representing Floyd today, I personally...
It's hard to keep track.
It's hard to keep track. I don't know what's going on over there.
Have you been in negotiations over the past week since Floyd started backtracking?
The attorneys are.
So you, not and who are they? They're dealing with Floyd's attorneys, not Floyd, correct?
Correct. We're dealing with attorneys. I mean, he's communicating with some of the other the production partners and such. There is direct conversation and stuff happening, but they just have to see the light as to the platform and the size of what Netflix is and what all opportunities it can bring.
So, Jazz, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What is the deadline? Obviously, Netflix already announced that you have to... What is the hard deadline to get this resolved?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what time?
14th. End of business day.
End of business tomorrow.
Yeah. And we're getting ahead. We're getting ahead. As long as he's got smart people around him that can see the size of the opportunity, then they can make him a lot of money, more money than he's made in the last 5 years.
Wade Plemons says there is a clear risk with a fight like this because it is being built around the idea of 2 GOATs. Referring to Manny Pacquiao as an 8-division world champion, he points out that while the label carries huge weight, the reality is that both fighters are no longer in their prime. Even though they still have massive names, he notes that Pacquiao, despite being 46 years old, still looked decent against Mario Barrios, showing he can compete at a certain level. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather has stayed active through multiple exhibitions, including bouts with Logan Paul and John Gotti III, and still displays sharp reflexes, even if the level of competition is not the same.
It's like Manny Pacquiao, 8-division world champ. What are we talking about? And he doesn't necessarily look like that, but I will say Manny looked decent enough. I get 46 years old versus Mario Barrios, so he still got it at least to some degree, and we've seen Floyd in these exhibitions, you know, with Leah Gotti's stepbrother. If you know, you know. John Gotti III. We've seen him against Logan Paul. We've seen him in these Deji, these exhibitions where he still has his reflexes. He still can fight. But oddly enough, this might be a hot take. When I watch it this second time around, you know, Manny had the shoulder issue the first time in 2015, and they were still at the top of boxing, but their skills were fading. But this time around, them being a little older, a little slower, you may get a better fight out of it. Not necessarily a better looking aesthetically or higher skilled, but you may get a better, just a generally better fight. And again, you do something like this because it was, at the time, and still is, the most watched behind pay-per-view fight ever. They generated $600 million, I think, or something like that.
Plemons suggests that although neither fighter is at their peak like they were in 2010 or 2015, the decline could actually make the rematch more entertaining in a different way. It may not showcase the highest technical version of both men, but it could still produce a more action-driven fight compared to their first meeting. He also highlights the massive commercial value, reminding that their original fight generated around $600 million and became the most watched pay-per-view boxing event in history. With a platform like Netflix, instead of traditional pay-per-view, the global reach could be even bigger. While he understands the criticism that boxing should focus more on building new stars, he argues that if legends can still perform and draw massive audiences, then these kinds of mega fights still hold real value.
Which doesn't, I mean, yes, it has a paywall, but it's not pay-per-view behind that. you're going to get a lot of people that tune into this thing once again, just for that last go around, that last ride off into the sunset. So I listen, I don't think we're going to see anywhere near the skill that we would have seen had this been 2011, 2010 when it should have happened, but we still are going to get a decent enough fight. And I get both sides of the argument here when you're talking about, do we want to see it? Is it really good for the sport? Do we really need to see it? Are we going to have a better way of building the next generation of fighters to where we don't have to rely on these big one-off, exhibition type fights? I get all that and I hear it all, but I also think there's something to be said for if guys still have the ability, if they still are with it mentally and physically, and they still can draw a crowd, who's to say that we should stop them from fighting? It may not be the best look that this is who you get the biggest viewing numbers for, and that should be an indictment on boxing building.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.